Hi, everybody. I'm now speaking with Rachel Silver, founder and CEO of Love Stories TV. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. So
That's so
nice.
funny. We're both
I
Rachel.
know.
So funny.
I love it.
I know. I love it too. You have such a clever website, but let's talk about a couple of the shows. Caroline Castigliano. She actually resides in London. So let's tell me what your thoughts are.
You know, I think that what I'm feeling, and I'd love to hear your thoughts with, and this collection really exemplifies that, is that everyone's ready to like get out and celebrate and have some luxury and some glamour, but they still want to be comfortable. Like nobody wants to go back to this world of like uncomfortable things. And this collection to me feels glamorous and beautiful and ready to celebrate, but there's like a lightness, like you don't feel that it's like weighed down by maybe some of the wedding dresses of the past. And that's what I love about it. It's everyone wants to get out of their sweatpants and get out there, but now we've all experienced this like time of comfort and
Right.
stay
And
there.
yeah, and she seems to build a beautiful corset. It looks like the fit is so good, and I think the corset is a very big trend right now because it holds you in after being sedentary.
Yeah.
But yes, I thought the skirts were very effortless and lightweight, and they did look really easy and very simple and elegant, I have to say, and doesn't overwhelm the bride at all.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the overlays that we're seeing, and sometimes it's called a shrug, and sometimes it's like removable sleeve. And she has a couple that are really beautiful. And I think that I'm looking at this one with like leaves on the sleeves. It's called Symphony. And that's another thing that I love that she's doing, is allowing people to have two dresses, two styles, two feels at the same wedding. And I think that's really in concert with the feeling right now, is like no one's put on anything beautiful and celebratory in so long. You want like two, you want to do it twice. And I just love that.
She
For
had,
these
yes,
brides.
you could choose between an off the shoulder or a long sleeve or make it strapless, so it's all adaptable. So yeah, that's
And
very
remove
clever.
it. You could do a sleeve at your ceremony and take it off for the reception. I love that. It's like two dresses in one.
Exactly, exactly. So let's talk about Eisenstein from Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Beautiful collection.
It's so beautiful. I loved the video. It was really just so romantic. And to me, there's a particular dress in here that stands out. The Magnolia cover, it's this turtleneck long sleeved lace. And again, like I think I heard you say this in an interview with one of the other editors about how fashion is like really and finally like infiltrating bridal. And when I see something like that, it's like this is what you're seeing in ready to wear, the sleeves and the high necks, and it's so fashion forward, but it still feels very bridal. And you could remove it also for your ceremony or reception, and that I love. It like allows these girls to be fashiony but also wear these really beautiful traditional wedding dresses. And I think that's what people struggle with. It's like, do I wear something that feels weddingy or something that I like and I'm excited about? And I feel like this Eisenstein collection lets you do both, and I think that's what people want.
I think that's a great point. And the laces were, she had these big floral laces. They were so beautiful. And the veils that were in her video looked incredible. They, that was like an accessory in itself. That was a big statement.
The
Um,
veil is incredible. And I love that they have the veil too in the video. I think that sometimes when the designers, in order to show off the dress, you don't always see the veils, right? When you go to
right.
presentations and shows. And it's like, if you're actually a bride, the veil is like such a big part of it. So I love when they're able to integrate into photos and videos the veil, because I think when brides do see that video, it really like brings it all together for them. Like we in the industry want to see the shoulders and the neckline, but these girls at home are like, but I'm going to wear a veil, so they want to see the whole thing. So I thought this video was great.
I know, because it does define who you are. I mean, it does define one of those elements of being a bride that day. You're never going to wear a veil. or, you know,
Totally.
for any other
I almost,
occasion. So,
but
and you know who the bride is. But I loved it that the veil had such a thick border to it.
incredible. It's
It was
incredible.
like it was a mantilla. Mantilla is when it's all lace usually, but this
Right.
was just like very thick of lace. It was very pretty, and they also do a beautiful corset. It just seems like that and almost lingerie like. Some of them are sheer, um, and I love the little accent of the straps that were just off the shoulder. They were sensual dresses, but still appropriate. They're very, very pretty.
Absolutely. I think that I think those added little sleeves, again, it really like modernizes and takes that mermaid or trumpet wedding dress that for so long was the standard and just like makes it feel modern and makes it feel, I think women feel more like themselves when they're wearing something that feels like adjacent, related, like a cousin of something they might wear anyway.
Right.
It's like that difference, like less stark. And yeah, the corset, it's a corset for sure, but again, there's like a lightness to it. It just doesn't
Mhm.
feel like heavy. And I think that's it just feels of the time, it feels really, really relevant and thoughtful. And I think this is beautiful.
Really beautiful. And also with corsets or strapless, you do have to worry about it keeping it up. A well-made dress should sit properly on your hips, but a little strap is always makes you feel a little bit more confident about that. Is there
Yeah.
anything else you'd like to add?
Just that, like, I just want to say congratulations to both of these designers and to everyone. Our team has been running around, which is such a wonderful thing to say. Katie's out in the city going everywhere. I've gone to a couple of things, and it's just so nice to see everyone in person, and everyone, seems to be doing well. And like, I'm just proud of all the collections in the industry, and I'm excited to outfit these couples who some of whom have still been waiting and some waited to plan. And it feels like a really fun time for the industry, and that everyone's really like starting to emerge. And so just congratulations. And both of these collections are gorgeous.
They were really great. I do hear that 2022 is going to be a super year for weddings.
Yeah, I mean, I was recently speaking to the team from the Wedding Report, and yeah, it's going to be the most weddings, over 2.5 million in the United States, more than we've seen in decades. And some of that is just catching up, but I think that it's like there are people whose weddings, were canceled once or twice, and then people who just stayed engaged much longer, right? Because of the uncertainty. So there is like this explosion happening, and I think it's wonderful for the couples and for the industry and for guests. Everybody wants to like celebrate and talk about happy, beautiful things and wear these gorgeous dresses. And I think everyone's really ready for it. And I think it's going to be a really, really great
Really
2022.
excited. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and have a great rest of your market. Bye
You too,
bye,
Rachel.
everybody.
Thank you.